Get daily updates directly to your inbox plus subscribe. Thank you for subscribing. Could not subscribe? Try again later. Invalid email. The wait is over. The Winter Olympics have begun. Around 3,000 athletes from 93 countries have packed out the South Korean city of Pyeongchang for a Games that appears to have everything. There were certainly some weird and wonderful sights at the opening ceremony, with performers flying through the air before a giant metal white tiger took to the stage. But that was just the start. After the athletes paraded, the Olympic symbol was created via augmented reality as snowboarders raced down a hill to form the iconic 5 rings. Image. Getty Images Asia Pac. Image. Getty Images Asia Pac. Image. Getty Images Asia Pac. Then the flame entered the stadium and was passed around. TBY Korea's top athletes, including members of the unified ice hockey team, as the torch was lit by famed ice skater Yoona Kim. Then came the obligatory huge firework display, and that was the signal that Pyeongchang had truly begun. Video loading. Video unavailable. Click to play. Tap to play. The video will start in 8. Cancel. Play now. Before, Pita Tafitafua of Tonga was the star of the show, coming out in just a grass skirt despite temperatures in the -20s. Then Tongan did the very same thing for the 2016 Summer Games in Brazil, although it was a little warmer there. Then there was a huge roar when the unified Korean team emerged, with joint flag bearers from north and south, to floods of emotion from the crowd. Image. Getty Images Asia Pac. Image. Getty Images Asia Pac. Image. PA. They came out after the British team, who waved to the crowd and loudly whooped as they made their way around the stadium. But before all that started, there was dancing and drumming. In fact, lots of drumming, as performers arranged themselves into a yin-yang South Korean flag to the delight of the crowd. Then after the national anthem, the athletes began flowing in. Image. Getty Images Asia Pac. Image. TASS. Image. AFP. First up were Greece, spiritual home of the Olympics, who always lead the charge. Then Ghana, Nigeria and the Netherlands came next. That's because the Korean alphabet, known as Hangul, starts with a sound similar to a G in English, followed by a sound close to an N. Then they enter in alphabetical order according to their names in the host nation's language, which has usually been Roman script. Image. AFP. Image. PA. Image. Reuters. Of course you'll get passion, pride and death-defying moments during these games. But this time we'll have a bit of politics thrown into the mix with the specter of nearby North Korea. The secretive state has been pushing the United Nations with its burgeoning nuclear program, although they have sent a delegation to the Games, as have the Russians, who are blighted by doping allegations. Out came a small Irish contingent, as well as Mexico, with their flag bearer wearing a giant sombrero. Then came the British men and women. Image. Reuters. Image. AFP. Image. Getty Images Asia Pac. Skeleton racer Lizzie Yarnold carried the flag for the British team as she looks to retain her title. There was loud cheers from the team when they made stage and waved to the crowds, whooping as they walked out. But there's been controversy over something even as simple as who holds the flag for the American team. Speed skater Shawnee Davis said he would not march at the opening ceremony after losing out on a coin toss to carry his country's flag. Image. Getty Images. Image. AFP. Image. PA. Davis had called the method to decide the role dishonorable in a tweet on Thursday when Luger Aaron Hamlin was selected to carry it instead. On top of all that, they also have biting cold and a norovirus outbreak which have blighted preparations to content with. The games started with the early stages of ski jumping and curling. But the opening ceremony kicked off things for real today. Image. Bongarts. Image. Bongarts. It may be cold there, the start of the games are already the chilliest for 20 years, but the seats are heated to try and keeps things bearable. Ha Yun-woo, lead singer of South Korean indie rock band Gukhasen, and An Ji-young, one half of female K-pop duo Bolbalgan 4, also known as Bolbalgan Sachungi, took the stage. They sang a version of John Lennon's Imagine with a Korean twist as they stood inside a giant dove. Image. Getty Images Asia Pac. Image. Getty Images Asia Pac. Unfortunately, there wasn't an appearance from Psy, famous for his Gangnam Style, but that tune did of course get an airing as one of the songs the American athletes walked out to. It didn't all go to plan though for the unified Korea, however. A martial arts display by North Korean athletes at the opening ceremony for the 2018 Winter Games was met with silence at the Pyeongchang Olympic Stadium, with the only supportive noises coming from North Korean cheerleaders high in the stands. Image. AFP. The display of the traditional martial art of Taekwondo was part of a joint effort with South Korea as the stadium filled up, and the host nation's segment was accompanied by a pop version of a traditional Korean folk song. The hosts performed a fast-paced routine choreographed to the music, delighting the crowd as they smashed planks of wood in time to the music. But when the North Korean athletes took over, it became a more austere affair. Image. Getty Images Asia Pac. And U.S. Vice President Mike Pence made only a brief appearance at a reception marking the start of the Games. This was to avoid a potentially awkward encounter with the ceremonial leader of North Korea attending the same event. On top of that, Russia's Deputy Prime Minister Vitaly Mutko likened the Olympics to an exclusive membership club after 45 Russian athletes were denied an invitation. The Court of Arbitration for Sport on Friday dismissed an appeal from the athletes and two coaches requesting to be invited to the Games. Fewer than 9 hours prior to the opening ceremony, the weather was a little milder than forecast on Friday, but spectators still huddled near heaters, holding hot packs and slurping down steaming fishcake soup to ward off the chills. Image. Reuters. Bundled up in a scarf, mask and knitted hat, with hot packs tucked into her knee blanket, office worker Shin Hae-suk said she and her 3 colleagues were coping with the cold. "It's okay unless the wind blows," said the 60-year-old. "We're sitting as close as we can and trying not to move a lot to save our energy." Quote,